Everybody to the April 13th, 2023 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here?
Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements? No. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of April 6, 2023.
I'll make a motion to defer the approval of those minutes to next week's meeting.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Number 5, bid openings. There are none. Moving on to number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives.
Mr. President, I believe I'm not sure, this isn't on the agenda. We have a gentleman from 5235 State Line here. You want to come on up? So you may recall this is Judy's music studio.
Yes.
I believe, I'm not sure. You know, you're not on the agenda today.
Right.
So what did you need? Hi. I know this is, we're monitoring this property.
Gotcha, right.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought I was supposed to be here today, but I just wanted to update that we have the plot survey handed over to Mr. Novak. We have gotten the tow signs up for the property, and we've gotten the property lines. We're just waiting on getting the property lines transferred onto the big print. And I've emailed everybody yesterday, pretty late, like 6 p.m., with all 3 documents.
Okay.
And like I said, I apologize for giving an update so late.
Okay, so what we want to do is just, when they just confirm with, I'm sorry, I forgot your name, sir.
Martin.
What's the last name?
Flores.
Mr. Flores, can you just give him a letter to make sure he knows when he's supposed to be here next? All right, so we'll just set it over for the regular date.
Okay.
All right, thanks for the update.
Thanks for the update, Mr. Flores. Okay, anything else from department heads or their representatives? Okay, we're going to move on to correspondence number 7, letter A, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of the City Hall video surveillance supplemental agreement submitted for approval. Funding allocation was previously approved.
So we need your signature on the contract. This happened probably about a month ago where Capital Improvements Board had approved additional funding for Million Systems. We are expanding the video system, and we have some high resolution video cameras around City Hall for vandalism or other sorts of, crime fighting. And so we needed the update on the updated software to handle the high resolution videos, and the vendor has agreed not to charge us any labor to do this. It's just the cost of the software.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Motion to approve Mr. Button's submission for the City Hall video surveillance as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Letter B, correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, submitting the petition for retirement from Sergeant Stephen Gouger, who has served the citizens of Hammond for 31 years, effective at the close of business on July 12th, 2023.
Motion to approve Chief Short's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter C, correspondence received from Jeffrey Smith, Fire Chief, requesting the approval, correspondence received from Jeffrey Smith, Fire Chief, requesting the approval of the acceptance agreement for the proposal for the preparation of Medicaid ambulance cost reports. Good to go?
Chief's here. If there's any questions, I believe this is just a annual renewal. I'm sorry, every 3 years, just to make sure that the fire department gets reimbursed for Medicaid.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Okay.
Motion to approve Chief Smith's request on the Medicaid ambulance cost reports.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, correspondence received from Alberto Ochoa requesting permission to hold their annual Mexican Independence Parade and festivities on Saturday, September 16, 2023, with parade route attached. Also requesting cones or barricades to block traffic during staging at 169th and Grand and 173rd and Grand. We're good. Yeah.
Okay. Motion to approve Mr. Ochoa's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter E, correspondence received from Leon Wolick requesting permission for road closures on Sunday, June 4th, 2023, from 7:30 a.m. to noon for their annual triathlon with route attached.
On behalf of Mr. Wallach, the request is the annual request. This is Leon's 40th anniversary of triathloning in Northwest Indiana, and it's the same closures as it always has been, and so we'd ask for your approval.
Motion to approve Mr. Wallach's request regarding the road closures for Sunday, June 4th.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Letter F, correspondence received requesting hearings for late business license fee. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, motion to move the request for hearings for late business license fees to March 4th, 2022. May 4th, excuse me, 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Yeah, you got it.
Aye.
Okay, letter G, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing.
Motion to set the request for rental registration hearing for May 4th, 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Matters from board members, do you have anything? None? Okay, moving on to new business. Letter A, amendment to the professional services agreement with Axis Architecture and Interiors for the Hammond Fire Station Number 2 submitted for approval.
Mr. President, this is a result of some value engineering done on the Station 2 project. We did have a meeting with the mayor earlier this week, and Mayor's Gaming will be paying for this, so we'd request its approval.
Okay,
And I guess maybe Tanisha, you could work on whatever color sheet is needed for that, but I'm not sure which one. But
green,
that's the
green, yeah.
status.
Motion to approve the professional services agreement with Axis Architecture and Interiors as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter B, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 6530 Carolina Avenue submitted for approval.
As long as it's signed, we'd request its approval as submitted.
It is signed.
Should be an expiration date at the top.
Yep, July 28th, 2023.
Could we set it for the week prior to that for a status?
A hearing.
Let's see, July. With the 27th is the day before, or do you want to do the week before, the 20th? The 20th?
Sure.
Okay,
So we just want to set it for hearing.
yep.
Okay. Motion to set the agreement to rehabilitate the property at 6530 Carolina Avenue for July 20th, 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, approval of placement of certain signage in the right-of-way on the 7400 block of Kennedy Avenue submitted for approval.
This is a park department sign that will go on the corner of 174th and Kennedy. I think you have some pictures
Yes, we do.
there of the signs. There's two signs. We would request that you approve that this would be going in the right-of-way.
Okay,
Motion to approve the placement of the signage in the right-of-way of the 7400 block of Kennedy.
I second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, right-of-way permit received from engineering submitted for approval.
Yes, good morning.
Mr. Gordish, good morning.
So we have two of them, one being from Salyer Plumbing, just for a Buffalo box, and the other being a issue we've been dealing with since last November or so. McCook Avenue by 65th, NIPSCO turned around and daylighted or checked some pipelines, and they never fixed it because of the weather. They are fixing it now
Gotcha.
with the pavement. So I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Mark.
Motion to approve the right-of-way permits as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter E, garage sale permit submitted for approval. That's good to go.
Motion to approve the garage sale permits as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter F, authority to go to quote bid for sand volleyball courts at the Hammond Sportsplex.
Yes, this is a project that's going to be funded through Mayor's Gaming, and this is just the authority so that Mr. Button and I can finalize the quotes and get these out.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Motion to approve
The quotes.
the quotes and the bid for the sand volleyball courts.
Authority to go out.
Or authority to do it,
The
yeah.
authority, that's what I was thinking about.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter G, funding allocation request forms received requesting $49,700 of Mayor's Gaming for the Optimist Pond planning, $165,000 of Mayor's discretionary gaming, for the Litco facade rebate, and $265,000 of Mayor's discretionary gaming for the Strachan Van Til facade rebate. Yeah, I think we're good. Good, Kev? Yes. Okay.
Motion to approve the funding allocation request as submitted. Everybody signed it.
Yeah. Well, no,
I second.
yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter H, release of lien for property located at 3158 Parkway North, submitted for approval.
Yes, so I guess just briefly, I just want to make sure the board understands why these are important. So these are, you know, when the board approves the demolition orders, and then we eventually knock the place down, well, you know, we put a lien on it, and the board approves those liens, and you probably don't hear about them for years and years and years and years. This is one where they ended up eventually selling the property. Mr. Westland negotiates the taxes and the liens for us, and we were able to recover several $1,000s at the closing. So again, I mean, I know this is just a form, release the lien, but the end result of this was a lot of effort by inspections and building and the board and everybody else to get to this point, so I appreciate it.
So we're just approving the release?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Motion to approve the release of the lien for the property located at 3158 Parkway North.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Number 10, under old business, letter A, approval of findings of appeal of denial of business licenses at 6040 Holman Avenue.
Mr. President, so this is a result of the hearing last week. The city ordinance, the city code requires that this board issue its ruling within 10 days, and since this would be, there wouldn't be another board meeting within the 10 days, this is the opportunity for you to issue that ruling. The code also requires that Mr. Alvarez be notified by both regular and certified mail, and of course we have his email. Linda, if you could just please add that in. So I would, I guess, just we all await your ruling, and if you want to issue that, that'd be great.
Do you want me to, I'm not reading it,
No,
correct? Just
I don't think you
approving
need
it?
to. Oh, yeah, I just, enter the findings
Okay.
as presented by the board. If you want to summarize them, that's up to you.
No, I think it'll be self-explanatory when he gets it, but I do want to approve the findings. All three of us spoke about it this morning, and we've reviewed them, so.
Motion to approve the findings of the appeal denial for business license at 6040 Holman Avenue as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter B, correspondence received from Kim Hunt, We Care from the Heart Social Service, 200 Russell Street, requesting permission to conduct a homeless outreach event. The event will be held in the private parking lot at 200 Russell Street with various community vendors, residential services, clothing, and food. This event will take place on August 2nd, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yes. Now, is she supposed to be here today? What did we talk about this? I think we're okay with it, right?
So I guess my concern, I just wanted to make sure that community development was communicating with the mayor's office, either with the chief of staff or the mayor regarding this event, just to make sure that everybody was on the same page on it.
She has been in contact, she spoke with Awana Miller, so, I mean, Awana knows about it for sure.
Did I want to speak with the chief of staff? Does it?
It doesn't say, Kev, so I don't know, I'm not sure.
Okay. Could we defer just one more week? I just want to make sure the chief of staff is
Gotcha.
on the same page as the community development.
No problem.
Just 1 week. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Next week's meeting,
The motion to defer any finding on this We Care from the Heart to the April 20th, 2023 meeting.
I second.
yeah. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, letter C, status for 5554 Walter.
Okay, we have obviously had this up for status several times. Ms. Botello, I believe, is present here this morning. She entered into a rehab agreement with this board on March 16th. It was approved. The expiration date is June 17th, which is, I guess, basically 60 days, so we're already 30 days in. The issue has been her inability to get a bond. So I guess we're here for status of the bond. I know when we were here on March 30th, she had mentioned that she had been in contact with Prestimer and Uno insurance companies, and Mr. Luter was going to stay in contact with her and help work through the bond process. So, Ms. Patello? Hi, good morning. Oh, hi. Good morning.
I spoke with Luter. I emailed him, and Ron is with the insurance, the customer, and he goes through all the companies the same as Uno does and all these other, and I've been denied with all of them. So he said he spoke with Bill. He's not here today, so I don't know what they talked about, but he did let him know that I couldn't get approved for those loans to try to see if, I don't know, somehow get it waived so we could get this house done, because it's 90% done. So I only got to June. I already signed the agreement and everything, so.
Okay. Kelly, have you talked to him at all?
I did have a conversation with Mr. Luter about the bond, and for personal reasons that I don't want to get into, they are unable to receive a bond. How to fix that situation without waiving it is beyond me. I don't know. If it's 90% done, I don't know if any inspections have been done, and that kind of concerns me. If work has been done and we haven't inspected it, kind of puts us in a trick back. So.
It's been expected.
Has it been permissible?
Yeah, it's been expected by Luter. He just wanted two things done. Well, there's other things. I have a contractor already set to get it, to check the roof or whatever. But he just wanted the two windows changed and a stairs going to a basement, and that was about it.
I'm Angelo, her husband.
Go ahead.
President, Mr. President.
State your
Yeah.
name.
My name is Angelo
Okay.
Lujano.
Go ahead.
This is my wife for 28 years. We've been together. So we went through State Farm, Allstate, several other agencies, Uno, the other company, Prestimer, and he's been in contact with Bill Luter, and we don't know what to do. Each company goes through 10 different companies, and they all tried, and we paid money for $200 for each company to try to get this for us, and we can't get it. The house is 98% done. It's spectacular, beautiful. Everything's, he just wants me to, a contractor, Hernandez, we already got him. He's ready to move forward. We're just waiting on to get the bond waived, if it's possible. We need the steps going down the back porch. He wants that to be, instead of 10-inch, he wants 12-inch, which is up to code, and he wants us to eliminate the basement door. And he said 2 windows look like they were small, but I had heard the contractor come out. He said, no, they're up to code. Everything's up to building code. The roof is good. We got another 15, 20 years on the roof. The electrical panel looks great. Everything's up to code. The HVAC, everybody already went there and said it's fine.
Here's the photos
So we got the pictures.
from April 5th of last year. So I just want to show the board those. And then you got updated ones.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, I have 2 questions. The
We have
first one is, was the work supposed to get done before the bond was issued? Was that work done?
No, I mean,
Oh,
the work's
no.
supposed to be done after the bond is issued.
We have.
Okay, so all that,
The work is to be done pursuant to the rehab agreement, which requires the bond.
okay. So that work was done with a contractor, right? Licensed contractor?
So the work that has to be done is on the inside of the house.
No, I'm talking about the work that's been
Work
done.
done, like the stuff we just
Current-
talked about, the roof, everything else.
That was
already
done
been
4 years ago.
That
Oh,
roof's
okay.
But
been,
see,
4 years ago.
Everything was
pictures are
like-
last year, so the roof doesn't look done to me.
it's just been cleaned out.
We got the updated pictures. that
Even
she-
though we're 2% to 10% from being done, what's the city's stance on not having the
When Bill came inside the house, he's like, man, this house is beautiful. I don't understand how you got to this.
No, we understand that, sir. It's, the problem here is letting you do something that we don't let anybody do. It sets a precedent, and going forward, it puts us in a bad spot.
I
We
understand.
require a bond, and we don't have one, so.
That's the basement. These are the stairs.
Yeah,
that
so
go
I mean.
down.
You want to show them the
I
pictures?
don't know, Kelly, if there's been permits pulled, or like if this work was done without permits, or what permits, do you guys know?
So 3 years ago, in August of '22, when we tried to get the NIPSCOs turned on, and the inspector came out, he had glasses on, I believe he's an electrical inspector, I'm not too sure. He came out, he's like, oh, the house looks perfect, just tighten up the back porch, and there was where the chimney was eliminated and put in a 96% hot water tank. He's like, have your dad plywood it. You're a homeowner. Her father could, he's pretty handy. He's like, her father was there. He's like, have your father doing it. You're the homeowner. You don't have to pull no permits for that. He's like, and I'll get your NIPSCOs turned on.
No, sir,
And-
you did what we hope gets done. Unfortunately, you did it without a bond, which we require, so.
Oh, no,
What's the city's?
Oh, no, this was before it was.
This was done
even-
way before. This
Before
was
it even went out.
before.
to the-
So here's what happened. So apparently some work was done inside. We're checking on the permits. Then it became a demo property. The board issued a demo order in December of last year.
Okay,
Because of the problem, because of the outside, exterior.
I could tell you why. So when her father did the back porch and tightened it up, he had ladders and some stuff on the back, and he got some conditions going on, and he was rushed to the hospital and was like that for about 2 months laying out there. And by the time I'm a truck driver, so I'm always on the road. By the time I came back from out of town, Arizona, California, I'm 2-3 weeks, a month on the road. When I came back and I seen a sticker on there, and I told her, hey, let's go see what's going on. By that time, from August, September, October, there was already a letter.
Yeah, that's been sent to.
There was
the
already
wrong address.
a letter that was sent to the wrong
Where we
address.
haven't been living for.
In 2014,
right.
they showed a deed that we purchased the property on a tax deed in 2014. And we have all the letters from, you want to show them?
Crown Point.
From Crown Point, yeah, we went and got it. They should have sent it to our Dyer address, and we would have received it. So they kind of, I don't know how if we would have came to the first court date, the matter would have been taken care of.
So how do we get to the point where the house gets finished?
So
Or do we?
our
I
contractor,
want to mention this, that the county records, the county tax records have the tax bills going to 5525 law. That's the address we use. We do a title search. There's no Dyer address on the title search. The first time we heard about a Dyer address is when Ms. Patello came before the board several months ago.
so that's another issue. When we pulled a permit to even get the NIPSCO turned on, she had to show her proof of ID and register. Everything's in Dyer. We were at already two times. We were on the tax sale deed a couple years back. Everything's registered to Dyer. We get all our tax bills to Dyer. We have all the proof right here. So it was like, we don't know how we even wound up on this demo list.
The inspector knew about the Dyer address.
But you two own the house, correct?
Yes.
I own
That's
the
correct?
She owns the
the
house.
house.
Yeah.
Okay, so where
I mean,
we?
it kind of goes back to what we're going to do with the bond. I mean, it's Mr. Kearney's recommendation on how to
So-
do the bond. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
So, we generally don't waive the bond. We have, in very rare occasions, waived the bond. So, it kind of falls on the inspections department on what the recommendation is. I mean, we'll go with, or I'll recommend to the board whatever the inspections recommend. I mean, it seems like we're at a position where there's been work done. They are willing to do the work. We obviously would rather they do the work and rehab the place and knock the place down. We just want to make sure that, and I would say this, Ms. Patel has been very good about being in communication with my office as well as coming to the hearings, so they seem responsible. So in that sense, that would make me lean towards letting them go forward with it, but I'll defer to Mr. Kearney.
I apologize for not having a permit history. We were here for the bond issue, and I didn't think of pulling the what permits and issue were when inspections were done. I'd like to do that research on that, so my fear is always that electrical, especially if electrical's been done, there's no permit, there's no inspection, I'm concerned about the safety of whoever's going to be in there. So I'd like to do permit research. If we have permits for the work that's been done and it's been inspected, I wouldn't,
We can make conditional approval on waiver of the bond, provided that the permit, everything else checks out with the permits.
Okay, but I am, are they plan to live in this house, correct?
Or I thought your dad, was that?
Yeah.
Your dad's going to live in this house? Okay.
It's not being built to be a rental.
No, no, no.
should we have a,
But he's saying waiving it now, yeah. So you're okay with that then, Kelly?
provided we do the permit research and inspections.
Conditional
and
approval, okay, gotcha. You're good with that too,
Yeah,
Kevin?
I think I'm good with that. And then we'll just, if we could set it for a status, maybe like, 30 days down the road to see where we're at on the construction, how things are going. That'll,
I'm worried about that, sir.
Is May 11th okay, or you want to go a little further?
so May 18th, that'll be like 30 days prior to.
Mr. President,
May 18th, okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So we're really concerned with that because that pushes us further.
No,
And
I was
that's,
saying you're gonna be able to go forward,
oh, yeah.
right? But you gotta come back May 18th and tell us what's going on.
Oh, no.
For the, to not have the bond now.
Mr. President, I guarantee in 1 week and a half, the house will be ready and off the demolition list.
So
We have
conditional
the-
approval of waiving the bond,
Condition upon a.
condition
permit
upon
review,
permit review. Okay,
and then a
gotcha.
status to May 18th.
We got that, okay.
So we could have the contractor move
We're
forward?
gonna have to meet with Kelly, but then, yeah, so.
Waive the bond,
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, we're so stressed out.
conditional on reviewing the permits.
We
Okay.
even got some guy on the block that came up to us. He's like, "We'll give you $195,000. You want to sell the house to me right now?" And he's like, "I can't believe this house is so nice." And I was like, "We got to get off the demolition list." And her father will not. He wants to move in right away.
Gotcha. We're good, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, thank you.
So do we
Thank
go
you.
down to Bill?
Yeah.
Motion to conditionally approve the waiver of the bond based on the review of the permits and set the matter for status for May 18th of 2023.
Okay, so come back May 18th, and
I
I'm
second.
gonna talk to you right now.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, number 11, rental registration hearings. First one under letter A is 1026 170th.
Hello, my name
morning.
is. Good morning. My name is Gloria Fonseca. I'm here representing CAPS Property Management. These rental registrations were brought to the attention of the inspections office because I did intend to register them for 2023, and that's when they brought to my attention that they weren't registered for 2022.
Okay.
So there was no intent not to get them registered. They just, there was somebody else in my position last year, an older lady. So now that I stepped into this position, I'm taking everything into control and organization-wise. So I just wanted to see if there would be a way to waive the late fee for these properties.
So how many of these are yours today?
1026 170th, up until letter B, 909K.
So quite a few.
Correct.
Okay, Kelly, are there any issues with any of those addresses, do you know?
yes, there are.
Okay,
Per Nick's research, the owner is Dakota Properties, CAPS Management, has had the rental registration since at least 2017. 2019, there was a settlement agreement with via collections through Smith Sursick. So Dakota owned it since 21, it's a single-family home, owes for 22. Under management of CAPS since at least 2017, 2019 is when they had a settlement agreement with collections.
were you with the company then, ma'am? Can you step back up here? You were not?
I'm sorry, I was not.
Okay, I don't know if you're aware, but usually we only waive the late fee one time as a courtesy. It sounds like in 2019, we had the same issue, several properties with late fees.
Correct.
So I'm kind of inclined to have Smith Sursick work out some agreement with all these properties again, because it's kind of a reoccurring issue. And I understand that you said there's an older lady that was doing it, you've taken that responsibility. and I appreciate that, but this is the same issue 3 years apart. So,
Correct. So there wasn't, the late fees weren't waived per se the first time. There was an agreement that one time as well. So
no, I understand it, and I'm guessing they weren't waived at that time because there were so many.
Correct.
And so that's why we're inclined to send it to Smith Sursick, and then you can work on an agreement with them. Because if we act on it today, I can tell you what's probably going to happen is you're going to get some late fees on some of these at least. So if you work something out with him, it's going to probably be better for you in the long run, because we can't have this issue continuing to come before the board.
And I assure you, from now on, there will not be an issue.
I appreciate that, but I think that's what we're inclined to do. We're going to send it to Smith Sursick, and that you can work out some kind of agreement with them. And I'm going to list all the properties. You said they go all the way to B, correct?
Yeah, 909 Kane would be the last one.
So when you're, just list all of them, yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to go all the way down, Kelly, so. Yep, yep.
Motion to forward the property of 1026 170th, 7622 White Oak, 7348 Nebraska, 3415 163rd Street, 7545 Jarneke, 7232 Osborne, 7532 Birch, 7616 Oakdale, 3328 175th Place, 7203 Carolina, 7140 Maryland, and 909 King Street to Smith Sursick for review of collections.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to letter B, 1635 Roberts, and it looks like there's 6 units there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can you state your name?
Morning. My name's Adrian Schabot. I'm with Prestige Management.
Okay. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, so this property was purchased end of July last year,
Okay.
and we took over management August 1st. It's up in Robertsdale, so it came to us with a Whiting address. So my bookkeeper at the time did not realize that Robertsdale was actually Hammond, since everything in our management software has it under Whiting.
Okay, you said 6, but the paperwork says 5, Kelly. Is it 5 or 6?
1, 2.
Okay, it's got 6 here, so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Is it 5 or 6? Do you know, sir?
I believe it's 6.
You believe it's 6? If it is, Kelly, I'll just change this to a 6 on your paperwork. I just want to make sure we're correct. 6? Okay. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
That's all I have. It came to us as a Whiting address, so it didn't get in our process to register last year because the MLS had it under Whiting.
Gotcha. And now there's Whiting address that's still, there's some up there that's still Hammond?
Yep, I understand
Gotcha,
that. My bookkeeper didn't at the time.
Okay. Kelly, any issues with this address?
No, that's happens frequently.
Okay. Yeah.
Motion to waive the late rental registration fees for the 6 properties at 1635 Roberts.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, moving on to C, 6415 Nevada. Is anybody here for 6415 Nevada? Nope. Okay, we're gonna, anything you had to add to that, Kelly, or?
No, sir.
Okay, we're gonna apply the late fee then.
Motion to apply the late fee to 6515 Nevada.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, 6314 Garfield.
Just a correction, sir. That was 6415.
What'd I say?
65.
Sorry, 6415, thank you,
Thank you.
Nevada. And then we're moving on to 6314 Garfield. Anybody here for 6314 Garfield? How many units, Kelly?
I've got a situation here, again, not my research. 6314 Garfield. Is just for 22. Give me 1 second, please.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's correct.
It's one,
It's for 22.
for one unit?
Correct.
So, I'm going to go back, if we could, Kelly, if we could go back to 6415 Nevada. I just want to confirm that was one unit for 2022? Or do you?
Yes, single-family home.
Okay, then we're good on that one then. Okay, and Garfield is also for 2022, one unit? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, we're going to do the late fee then, yeah.
Motion to apply the late fee to 6314 Garfield for 2022.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. 6325 Jefferson, looks like two units.
We have two property addresses, 6325 Jefferson and 4833 Pine. Mr. Diaz?
Yeah, it looks like they're coming, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So under 6325 Jefferson, we have Mr. Diaz listed as the owner. It's a two-unit property, and we're here for 2022. And then 4833 Pine, it looks like it's a single-family home, and we're here for 2021 and 2022.
Okay, let's handle Jefferson first. Good morning, Mr. Diaz.
Hi, good morning.
Can you tell us what happened with Jefferson?
I forget it. No.
He completely forgot to turn in the rental.
How long has he owned the property?
¿Cuántos años tienes con la
Since
propiedad?
2005 for Jefferson.
Have you had any issues before?
No, just 2022 is the first time that he's missed the trip for that property.
Motion to waive the late fee for 2022 for the two units at 6325 Jefferson.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, moving on to Pine for 21 and 22, one unit. What happened there, Mr. Diaz? Same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question, Mr. Diaz. How did you remember to pay Jefferson in 21 but not Pine?
I don't know the papers because I don't know, not remember.
He always brings like the paperwork together for the two places.
Okay.
So he just doesn't like remember what happened, like why he only had paperwork for one and not the other. He questioned himself because it's always been that way. He always turns everything together at once for the two properties.
But he does take care of that. He's the only one
Yes.
that takes care of that? Same, Nick, any issues with that property?
Not in the previous years, there was no history of being late. He has owned it since 2007. It's a single-family home.
Motion to waive the rental registration fees for 4833 Pine for 2021 and 2022.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. If you want to wait till the meeting's over, you can register. Okay. Thank you. Moving on to letter G, 1025 169th Street. Looks like there's two properties.
Yes, one property is a duplex.
Could you give us your name?
I'm
Good
sorry,
morning.
Good
ma'am.
morning. My name is Sheila Hill.
Sheila Hill.
Yeah, I actually sent the letter back when I registered for this year, and I got a letter saying that I hadn't registered for last year, and I just didn't remember. There's no excuse, really. I was trying to think of if there was something going on that caused me to forget to register, and I just can't think of anything. And my husband and I have owned the property since 2009, registered every year, and that's the first time I just didn't. And I didn't realize it until I registered for this year, and the check was sent back, and I sent the check back with the letter explaining what happened. Okay. And yeah,
Thank you,
so
Ms.
I
Hill.
apologize for
That's
that.
okay.
So we have this under a trust since '98, and we are, it's a two-unit duplex. We're here for 2022, and they have registered every year on time since, or prior to 2022.
Okay. Yeah.
Motion to waive the late fees for 1025 169th on the 2 units for 2022.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Ms.
you.
Hill. You can
Thank you.
register when the meeting's over, okay?
Okay, so I can register for 2022, right? Because.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Need to
Yes.
take care of
I am registered for 2023 though, right? That when the.
Right, he should have
Okay.
went through.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, letter H, 5414 Walnut Avenue.
Good morning. My
Good
name is
morning, ma'am.
Jasmine Flores.
What was your name again?
Jasmine Flores.
Go ahead, Ms. Flores.
Okay, so my husband came to register the property for rental purposes. And when he went to register, they told him that there was an issue with the property, an issue. So when he asked him what it was, my husband doesn't speak fluent English. So they were telling him something about the property that it was purchased in 2016 and then it was rented 2016, which is incorrect because we purchased the property together, cash. And we lived in that property until last year because we purchased our new home in Highland in March 7th.
So you lived in the house till March 7th of
We-
2022?
We lived in the house, yes, because we purchased our new house in Highland.
So did you rent it after March when you moved out last year?
Yeah, yes, we did. Yes, we forgot, because of the moving, because of him saying, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I mean, it just got away. It really did. I do apologize for that, though.
Okay.
So in our records, it showed that they were both listed as the owner in 2016, and then in July of 2018, it went under Miss Flores'
Flores.
name independently, and therefore, it was previously registered in 2012 as a rental, and so we assume then at that point, from that point until the property was, put in her name, it would have been occupied by rental. With her, it does make sense that they occupied the property because there still is a homestead tax exemption claim for the rental, so we'd be here for 2022 at this point, according to water records. It lines up with, the water bills were being mailed to her address. So in the years owed, if you can adjust that to reflect 2022 as a rental, and we would request that Ms. Flores fill out the homestead removal form. So then that way it could be reflective of a rental property.
Do you need an affidavit for all those other years, or are you satisfied?
No.
You're satisfied?
Yeah, with it, the water records indicated that the bills were in her name and mailed to that address, and
Okay.
so it would support their occupancy.
Okay.
Motion to waive the late rental registration fee for 2022 at 5414 Walnut with the understanding that you'll get the homestead removed.
Thank you.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Letter I, 2456 White Oak, requesting a rehearing, so what we're gonna... Oh, I got you. Good morning, sir.
Morning,
Could you give us your name, please?
Joel Sanchez.
Okay.
So I had a hearing last month and for not paying my fees on 2022, but I've been having a lot of medical issues.
So is that why you missed the hearing, I take it? Okay, did you notify anybody that you couldn't make that hearing?
Well, the only thing, I received a letter saying that I had a ruling on it, and that's when I noticed that I missed my date, and I came in right away, and that's how they requested another hearing.
We sent something out that the hearing took place in the first place, right?
I don't know.
So
if
what happened with that one?
I don't know if I missed it because of I've been having trouble with that.
Yes, I believe the address was previously set for another date, and then by him not appearing, then a request to deny the appeal would have been requested based on the owner's failure to appear. So I believe he's here to request a rehearing for the property so that he could present his reasoning for not registering the rental.
No, I understand the rehearing, but he got the same notification that everybody gets, and
Right.
if we start just letting people not show up, and then I don't want to get in the habit of doing that.
Right.
So, sir, I appreciate you have medical issues, but you have to respond when you're supposed to respond to a hearing. So,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I honestly, to be honest, I didn't receive anything in the mail other than the ruling.
So you got that one, but you didn't get the other one?
I did not. I mean, there's no way I would miss this. I'm always on time, never miss a payment on anything.
I think a solution may be to send the decision to Smith Sursick so that they can negotiate an agreement or settlement agreement that might be more reasonable for the owner to address. If possible. It's up to the board, though.
I'm inclined to, I mean, my thoughts are not to deny the appeal. Sir, I understand, like I said, everybody has issues in life, and I understand that, but you should have notified somebody that you couldn't make it. We were expecting you that day, and you had, I'm guessing, ample opportunity. You said you didn't get the letter, but somehow you got the second letter, so that doesn't make sense to me.
I came in right away, next day.
Let's send it to Smith Sursick, yeah. Okay.
Okay, motion to forward the matter for 2456 White Oak for 2022 rental fees to Smith Sursick for collection follow-up.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Nick, can you make sure he understands what's going on? Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, so moving on, the meeting's open to the public. Does anybody have anything to say? Councilman, good morning.
Good morning. Pete Torres from the Hammond City Council. Resident complains of a speeding issue on 150th, Columbia west to Calumet.
Okay.
And yeah, there's no just the free throughway. There's no stop signs or nothing. And he says it's all through the day. So recommending some kind of signage or, well, he wanted some speed bumps, but I told him what the city's view is on that.
Right.
And also on the side street, north and south, like Cedar and Pine, Oak, and all the rest, Hickory, Elm, Ash, that they have trouble getting into 150 because some of the people park too close to the intersections. So if they can be painted or something yellow, then that will, and no parking signs from here to there, that could maybe give them a easier view of the coming traffic.
Okay, we'll forward that request to Felix, Councilman, and I'll have officers out there for issuing citations to see how.
Yeah, that's another thing. They recommended more police patrols.
I'll take care of that part.
Okay, thank you.
We also need to send it to engineering.
It's engineering? Yeah, okay. Yep. Yep.
Motion to send the matter of speeding Columbia westbound to Calumet on 150th to engineering for review, as well as sending the Tree Streets obstructed view to Felix at Public Works for review, and PD will follow up on the speeding.
Correct.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody else in the public like to speak? You have something, Nick?
Yep, just to touch on two things that were brought and forwarded to code enforcement's attention. There's a matter regarding the condition of property in the 4600 block of Cedar with garbage and debris. I'd like to report to the board that that property has been cleaned up and addressed.
Is that the tires and all that stuff?
No, that was the McDonald's property.
The garbage, all that
property,
garbage,
yep.
yeah, okay.
Yep. So the inspector did issue a citation, and through that citation, the property was cleaned up.
Okay.
And the second matter, it was in regards to the conditions of a structure at the 1500 block of Michigan. I believe it was a garage brought by the councilman, and I'd like to report that that property is on the order to repair demolish list already, so action is being taken.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anybody else from the public like to speak? Okay.
Chris, you good?
Good, Chris? Okay, good.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, everyone.